Hi, folks. Dr. Jim Gishwin here, former career intelligence analyst and your buddy, and I'm hopefully a historian. I'd rather be known as a historian. I teach a lot of history subjects, and in fact, I could teach Chinese history too. I've taken about 3 college courses in Chinese history, but I choose not to. It's a fascinating history, I'll tell you. But I just prefer to be known as a historian and let history be our judge. Okay? We're on the mend. This is our golden age. But here, folks, the media and the left just will not let things go. You know, it's like Trump said once. He said, I could cure cancer, and they'd accuse me of putting all these cancer doctors out of work. Okay, and that's probably what's going on now. He sits there and takes a daggone holiday weekend off and goes golfing, and he disappears out of sight. He's the most transparent guy there is. He'll sit there and talk to the press for 2 hours almost every day. All right, and suddenly they consider him dead. For God's sake, Biden, even with his skin cancer, was at Rehoboth Beach 500 and something days of his damn tenure. If you call it the tenure, it was really the auto pen running things. We're finding out more and more from that room full of burn bags that they found in the FBI. Someone had conveniently stashed and thought that would be good for posterity to not burn them. But that's the treasure trove, man. All these conspiracy theories we're being found out are being true. Okay? Well, Biden's doctors, you know, they weren't paying attention to him. They could have given a shit less. And, you know, Jill, that's spousal abuse, sitting there propping him up like that just because she wanted to be first lady. Don't get me even started on this. I'm serious. It was elder abuse, spousal abuse, you name it. They just used him, propped him up. Evidence being, once he was asked why he stopped the flow of natural gas to Europe when they're trying to wean them off of Russian oil. He sat there and said, I didn't do that. Okay, all right. The auto pen did. All right, but he took over 500 days vacation. And his doctor, the guy's had skin cancer X number of times, for God's sake, and he's out there in the sun in Rehoboth. God, get him a bigger hat. He's probably there now. New U.S. talks with Hamas. Yeah, Hamas is starting to get scared because Israel's going into the city of Gaza. And that's where the final 20 hostages are. They're even sitting there getting a hostage to get on the air, sitting there begging that, you know. I want to sit there and invest some in that Trump new Bitcoin. It's called Trump dollars, something like that. And I don't know. I've looked it up. I see what the Trump the trading symbol is Trump dollars, and it just won't let me. Anyone knows how I can do that? Let me know. We got F-35s in the Caribbean after that wonderful cruise that the terrorists were taking with a whole shitload of drugs to the United States. And we were sitting there listening to them the whole time. So, yeah, we knew who was on that boat. And it was 11, gang members. The most horrible gang we got, even worse than MS13. I can't even say the name. Trendy something or other. Who cares what they're called? They're nasty, they're bad, and they don't deserve to be here. They don't deserve to be alive as far as I'm concerned. Okay? But we're taking things seriously, and the president declares that Maduro down in Venezuela, we might sit there and have a hand in overthrowing him because he's one of the biggest drug black marketers there is around here lately. And Mexico, most in Mexico are helping with against the cartel, except the president of Mexico. Yeah, she is scared. Come on. That's a narco state, basically, and she doesn't rule unless the cartels allow her to rule. Okay, Trump's next thing on. Oh, by the way, El Salvador hasn't had a murder in a year, and that's the site of that notorious prison, and that Trump wannabe act-alike new president they have down there that instituted law and order, locked up all his gang members. Anyway, it proves law and order works. It can work. That was what's his name? Our Maryland father, quote unquote, the nice Maryland father, Garcia. He says he could have gone there. He was there. That would have been the best place for him, because he says there's 22 countries where he would be at risk of his life if he went there. So with the State Department too, they sit there and say, okay, here's your next offer. Let me read it to you. It's a place that used to be called Swaziland. Okay. And it's called Eswatini. Apparently the king there's got like 35 wives, hundreds of kids, and they believe in cannibalism and human sacrifice. So now we don't even have the cannibal that was up there in Haiti, in Port-au-Prince. Remember that one? When they had their riots and overthrowing the government up there, and they had that guy called the butcher of Port-au-Prince, and he was supposedly a cannibal. Well, anyway, you got it, partner. you got your pick. You sat there and eliminated 22 other countries. So that's what we're down to now. I hope you enjoy yourself there. Okay. By the way, don't go out after dark. You might become a human sacrifice or someone's supper. Speaking of law and order, Trump was invited. New Orleans asked him to come. Okay, so we're doing a push. Going to be doing a push in New Orleans, apparently. And Chicago still doesn't want him to come. That fat governor up there is just obstinate as heck. Anyway, of course, such a corrupt city. Home of the Dailies, right? Richard Daley and his gang, where even his grandmother was getting kickbacks and stuff for owning a cement company. Yeah, in Chicago. You know who they were probably burying in the fresh cement. Anyway, so look, folks, it's legal. He's also, besides the commander-in-chief, he's considered the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. And if people are in danger, his primary job as president of the United States, is to protect American citizens. Okay? And that's just the way it is. Okay? So, we're fighting the cartels in the Caribbean, blowing them up. Fair warning, guys. And my son, unfortunately, 47 years old, drug person. Thank you, Marine Corps. I'm a former Marine, and I know the Marine Corps' influence on him was probably pushing him over the edge on the drug abuse. But not making excuses. I didn't raise him that way. And his sister isn't that way. So he did all this on his own. I still want him buried. I'm still trying hard to get all the paperwork I need to get his DD-214, to get him up there with me and Vicky, up overlooking the Marine Corps Monument at Barrancas. Anyone can help, let me know. I need it. I need that help. He got sent overseas with his stepfather when I was on sea duty on the Lexington. I had full custody before this. Bad thing is I requested from the IRS, and the nice lady on the phone, she said there'd take some time to find it, because that's not going to be easy. I said, I want the 1980 something or other, 89 tax records. The last time I filed them as his father, as a single father, as a matter of fact. The last time I filed with his name and social security number listed under mine, before he was adopted to go overseas with his military stepfather to Japan. So it's been rough. I didn't give them permission to change his birth certificate, which was Balboa Naval Hospital. I'm surprised that the Navy did that. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. The IRS package that she mailed me with the tax returns got lost and misdelivered by the post office. And I've threatened them with a legal action and everything else. And they sit there every day. They go and try and get this back from these people that they delivered it to. I don't understand why they would keep those. I don't understand why they would keep it. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. God bless you all. Our children's cancer charity run yesterday raised a lot of money. I won back the art I donated. And I won a couple nice bottles of wine in the raffle. And I might be enjoying them one of these days. And anyway, it went off well. Everyone had a good time. And there was hundreds of bikes on the road towards this thing, and a lot of four-wheelers following them. It was a regional thing, even though it was sponsored by our American Legion Post 378 in Gulf Breeze. And so far, over the years, we've raised, over 2-3 years, we've raised $50,000 for the Studer Family Children's Hospital at Sacred Heart for their cancer ward. Our commander had a child lost to cancer, and he found out later that only 2% of all the federal dollars spent on cancer research go to children's cancer. So please give faithfully to this good cause. I love you. God bless you all. Take care. We'll see you next week.